Hello everybody, I'm here to give you some broke but beautiful tips on the best ways to apply mascara. So, let's begin. Something I should mention before we get started is that mascara doesn't come off. Now people may try to tell you that they have a product that will take your mascara off. They might try to tell you that their mascara does come off. They might try to tell you that only waterproof mascara doesn't come off. And to that, I would reply something along the lines of,
"You sit on a throne of lies."
It doesn't come off. I mean, look, this is my natural eyelash. And as opposed to this half-done one. This one's natural, and it's still, I've had 2 face washings and a shower, and it's still not back to its normal color. And this stuff ain't waterproof. This is just regular mascara. And I've had lots of other non-waterproof and waterproof, and there's no difference in how easily it comes off. Which is good if you're planning on crying a lot, but it kind of sucks if you ever want to see your eyelashes again. It's like a permanent dye job. The first thing you need to do is make sure your hair is out of your face. You can do that by putting it behind your ears, putting it back in a ponytail or a bun or anything like that. For me, I have these bangs here, so I'm just going to take this headband and put it on. You don't have to leave the headband on. As you can see, a headband is my most attractive look. But the point is to get it away from your eyelashes, because if you don't, you're going to end up with mascara in your hair. And it's something people don't really talk about, but it will happen to you if you don't follow this step carefully. So now that we've got this out of the way, it's time to curl the eyelashes, which is my first step. So I'm just going to do this one eye. I don't want to watch me do everything twice. You can see the before and after as I'm going. I use this little curler. I'm not even sure what brand it's by. I know I should know that. It's really bad, but it's pretty cheap. Someone gave it to my mom as a gift. She has really naturally beautiful black eyelashes, so she doesn't really have to worry about curling or anything, so she gave it to me. So my tip for this is always do this before you apply the mascara. If you don't, you could end up breaking your eyelashes off because mascara tends to make them more brittle. So what you do is you take the same hand as the eye you're curling, and you fit the curve around the eyelashes, and make sure that when you close it gently, not to get any skin in there because that hurts, you can see the eyelashes poking up right here. And then what you do is you just lift it up like this for maximum curling, and don't yank down. Don't do that because that's bad for your eyelash. It could actually result in droopy eyelash for you. Alright, now I usually hold this for 10 seconds. And there you go. You might not notice much difference. It usually comes out more once you actually apply the mascara. So for our mascara, which is the next step, I'm using CoverGirl, Lash Blast Fusion. Everything is backward, I know, that's why I'm telling you. And this one I got at my campus convenience store for around $8, and you can do that too. It's called Lash Blast Fusion because it's a combination of 2 of their other Lash Blast mascaras, lengthening and volumizing ones. Different people have different needs. My eyelashes are neither particularly voluminous nor long, so I opted to go with this one. The other ones are a little cheaper, maybe $6, $7. I thought this was worth the extra few dollars for both effects, and it's amazing. If you don't have access to this for whatever reason, you can get Maybelline Falsies is another really good one. They have a variety of different options. I love them. So what you're going to want to do is take the brush out carefully. Okay, so you see that this brush has really delicate little spindles, really small, sort of brittle ones. The Maybelline doesn't, and others don't. If they don't, you're going to want to brush like this, only harder, to get excess mascara off and back into the jar. I'm not going to do that because I'm worried about breaking these, but that's going to help you not get clumps and not get excess mascara somewhere. And it also saves money because you end up with more mascara saved in your pot. All mascara brushes that I've ever found, though, have this glop at the top. You see that little pointy thing right there? Yeah, you don't want that. Wipe that sucker right off into here. The reason is that that is going to either end up in your eyebrow, your hair, or your nose, not on your eyelashes. It could end up in your eyeball if you're not careful. It just never is a good thing to have that there. I've had terrible experiences with that. So set this aside carefully. And what we're going to do is we're going to really slowly come underneath the top lash. Okay, ready? And we just gently make contact. You don't have to start at the very root. You go right to the middle. And you just swipe up. It's important to take your time. And now we go out a little bit more to the outer edge. Same thing. Back to the inner edge. And this is another reason to get that big glop off at the beginning, because this part of the brush ends up defining some of the more hard to reach eyelashes. And if you have a big gloop on there, they become disproportionately emphasized. So make sure you get that off. Then in here like this, short little strokes if you need to. This is delicate because it feels like you're about to poke your eye. And if your eye thinks it's about to be poked, even if it's totally not, it's going to close suddenly and you're going to end up with mascara like running down your face and huge like mascara here. I mean, we've all had that happen before, let's be real. So now I'm just taking this tip of the brush that is clean, has a very thin layer, not that glop, and I'm just defining these harder to reach eyelashes slowly. I'm not worried too much about details, just coverage. And same thing for out here, because these are hard to reach too. Just use the tip, the end, and it goes on nice and evenly, just like the rest. Okay, now we're not done here. We have a few clumps, and what we're going to focus on now is that tips are not defined. We're losing a lot of our eyelash length potential here. So what we got to do is continually to go to the very tip and just ding, ding, ding. It's like a little delicate motion. Like that. You can use the tip for this too. And wow. You're thinking, man, I came here for this tutorial and those look horrendously clumped together. We're not done. Before the mascara dries, you just go through and slowly just let the brush do its work and separate. Look how much better that is. And do it here. Like this. And this is just going to take some practice and some trial and error on your part. Like, frankly, I'm not even an expert at it, obviously, as you can see, by the fact that we still have some major clumping in these areas. So what I would recommend doing, the next step, is to put this away for a moment before, and what I like to do is I like to take one of these eyebrow brushes here. With the brush and the comb on one end, they have a name, I don't know what it's called. I live and die by these. And you take the comb side and you just use it to comb through your eyelashes. Once again, go slow, be careful. You do not want to poke yourself in the eye with this kind of plastic. That would really hurt and it would just totally ruin your look. So here we go. I just sort of hold it underneath here and blink over it. Yeah, look at that. It's not so bad. These inner ones are the tricky little devils, though. Ooh, got some on the top. Look at that. That's okay. We'll deal with that later. Okay, so that's pretty good. That's good. If you want to, you can go back over it to make it a little thicker. Like some of these tips are still not as thick as I might like them to be. I may go over that after I'm done showing you guys this. Alright, so the next thing is we're going to clean up this a bit. Use a Q-tip. You gotta have Q-tips for makeup. I can't find a way around that. You can use your saliva on the tip of your tongue or some water. You can guess which one I regularly use, but for the sake of not horrifying everybody, I'm going to use the water. I'll spill it on my computer here. Just dip like that. And just go over it here. Don't waste money on eye makeup remover. It doesn't remove anything. Just get this off before it dries. It's your only hope, or else you're just going to have that tattooed there. Trust me, I know. Alright, now we're going to do the bottom lashes. Bottom lashes are a huge game changer. Like, if they look good, your whole face is going to look good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this back out. I do like to dip it in once between the top and bottom lashes, so that wasn't an accident. Once again, if you're using something with a really fluffy brush, you just scrape that off. I'm not going to. And look, there's your dreaded glop. You don't think you can see it, but you can. Just clean it off, just in case. Save mascara for later. So, you go to the root. Okay, this is a bad angle. Go to the root, and you just apply the lightest pressure you can. Just apply really light pressure, because if you apply too much, you're going to get that horrible underlined smudge thing that looks like bad eyeliner. And I've had people comment on my eyeliner when I wasn't wearing any. It was just bad lower lash mascara. So just be really careful here, because once you smudge that on there, it's really hard to get it off. So just gently pull it down. Once again, just like the beginning of the top lash, we're only worrying about coverage. And sorry about the angle here, it's kind of hard to do this. And oh, looks like we have a little speck. See that speck right there? Yeah, that is almost a gloop. It's got to go, or else it's going to end up in my eyeball. Tries to be sneaky like that. Gently. You can see I'm going at the very edge with the tip of the brush where that gloop would have been. And even without the gloop, you can see clumps and things sort of getting all in my eyelashes. Now I go back to the beginning. Gently. Carefully. We don't want to touch the waterline because that usually messes stuff up. We don't want too heavy at the roots because that creates an unbalanced look. Okay, now we see once again the tips. We go after just like we did with the top lash. Here's some more tips. Just gently, carefully. No rush. If you're in a rush, you should not be doing this. Maybe skip the mascara, because rush mascara is sometimes worse than no mascara. I'm speaking from experience there. Okay, check that. I think lower lash mascara at the beginning can look kind of like crazy if you do it well enough. It looks like really intense. So I usually just adjust it a little with my fingers to avoid clumping. I don't want to take the full comb to it because that's just, they're too thin to really merit that, and it can do more harm than good. If there is anything underneath, if you messed up and got some of that, just take the Q-tip and water again. I think I'm good, but you just bring it up under here, and you have to be so careful because you could end up completely screwing up and making your lower lids clumpy again. So just watch out for that. I've got a little speck right there. I'm just going to take care of it with my finger. Always be gentle with your eyelashes. It takes them a month to grow back if one falls out. So, there you have it. We have our mascara eye and our non-mascara eye. Hey, so I actually took the time to go back in and do the other eye, and now you can see how they look. I also touched up this one a bit. I went into a mirror back there, a full-length one, and just really got to lean in. It's easier to do it in the mirror than it is in the camera, so I missed some spots that I hadn't noticed before. But I mean, come on guys, check this out. This is incredible. And look, like if you look to the side, they're so dramatic and awesome. Well, that is all for the mascara portion of the video. If you want to be done now, you can just leave, like, subscribe, all that stuff, if you found this helpful at least and you want to see more. If you don't, I'm sorry. Please at least leave a comment and let me know what I can do better next time, because I can't improve if you don't tell me. For the rest of you who want to stick around, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the direction I'm hoping this channel is going to go in the future. So, to some of you, bye! Hey guys, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about this channel, since this is the first video I've posted publicly on YouTube ever. You might notice that I look a little different. I got some new things today in the semester trying to spend the last of my dining plan. So from my campus convenience store, I got Girl on Fire lip crayon from Prestige, Prestige Total Intensity. And it's basically really orange. Like, I don't think this light shows it very well. It makes it look kind of reddish pink, but it's pretty, like, straight up intense orange. And then this white eyeliner is not working the way I thought it would. It looks kind of like paint from a wall. I thought it would help show the eyelashes off. It looks kind of like I have a disease, but it's a big pain to take off without ruining the eyelashes. So keep working on that, see if it gets any better. It might just be a bad product, and I really wanted to go into like a whole spiel about these two things, but not gonna do that. So thanks for sticking with me for this part of the video. And basically I just wanted to say that this channel is going to be about beauty, but you're not going to see me pushing Urban Decay, Sephora, Kat Von D, any of those expensive brands that you hear about from other YouTubers, and that's fine. I mean, I really like their work a lot, and you can find knockoffs if you're not that wealthy to like do your own makeup looks. I am a college student, and most of my makeup's actually from the campus convenience store. I think they have agreements with Prestige, because there's a lot of prestige products there, so I will have a lot of prestige products, just drugstore stuff. Campus convenience store is covered under part of my dining plan for going to school here as a freshman, and so I can just allocate part of that to makeup, and I've actually gotten a lot of products, like well over $100 worth of products, just with that money, and it's really fun. Like if I just finish an exam, I'll go home, pick up something new. You're not gonna see me doing any hauls. I know a lot of the pros do hauls. I may be like, hey, check out this new product, or hey, over a series of months, I've accumulated this stuff, but I didn't get it all at once. Some of you might be just starting out and might be feeling intimidated by all this equipment that you feel like you have to have. You don't have to have it. I also am very into maximizing the amount of makeup that we save, so I will be showing you how to use the least amount for the most coverage. I will show you how to make the most out of every last drop. Also, a big part of this channel is practical tips I've learned along the way. If you'll notice in my last video, I was just showing you how I put on freaking mascara. So I'm going to break things into bite-sized chunks that aren't long and aren't me talking a lot at the beginning. I will definitely be taking requests, so if you have any requests, just leave comments down below and tell me if you have something you want to see, preferably something that I've done. Like, for example, you're like, man, that white eyeliner is fabulous. It doesn't look like she sprayed Elmer's glue all over her eyelids. I want to learn how to do it just like her. To which I would respond, that's ridiculous. But in all seriousness, if there's something that I don't show on camera that you want to know how to do, I will show you how to do it. If you ask for something else, I can try to learn it, or maybe I will know how to do it, but I'm not an expert. I may or may not be able to help you out. And the final thing, which is the most important to me, and there may be further videos on this, is makeup positivity. It really bothers me when people say, oh, you look better without makeup, or oh, that's too intense, or like, I don't think there's a wrong way to do makeup. I don't. Whatever you do, if it makes you happy, it's your face, you know? You're not doing it for other people. And I actually have recently just started really getting into this, because before I was too afraid. I wanted to try it. I wanted to go, crazy, but people were telling me I shouldn't because they didn't like it. But I like it, and if you like it, you should go for it. So if anybody ever tells you something negative about your makeup, you can message me. I mean, my email is on my about page, and just let me know, and I'll talk you through it. Art is art, and just because it's on your face doesn't make it worth any less than if it was on a canvas. And that's what's something a lot of people don't understand, and there's a lot of stigmas about being vain or wasting money, and I mean, obviously we're not going to waste money. So that's pretty much it for my little discussion, my real talk portion of this little video. Thanks for sticking around this long, and I hope you have a beautiful day.